Hi, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. We're going to move on to 7-2, continuing with factors today. We're going to take what you did yesterday with factor pairs, and now you're just going to take those factor pairs and you're going to list them from least to greatest, okay? So yesterday we started off with the factor pairs for 6, and we said there were 1 times 6, 6 times 1, 2 times 3, and 3 times 2. We're now going to take those digits and we're not going to use any repeater numbers. So you're only going to use 1 once and 6 once and 2 once and 3 once and list them from least to greatest. So 1, comma, 2, comma, 3, comma, 6. So oftentimes some of the mistakes that happen in doing this is students forget. Like they'll have all of the digits in their factor pairs and they miss one when they list them. So one good check method I've always taught my students is to use the rainbow method of check. So each factor pair will have a partner except for one that's like the same digit, like 3 times 3. So 1's partner is 6 and 2's partner is 3. So it looks like a little rainbow. Okay, so here the factor pairs for 12, 1 times 12, 12 times 1, 2 times 6, 6 times 2, 3 times 4, and 4 times 3. So we're just going to take one digit. We're not going to use the repeaters, and you list them from least to greatest. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. And each one has a partner. So 1's partner is 12, 2's partner is 6, 3's partner is 4. So if you were to do this and one of them didn't have a partner, you know you missed something, right? Okay, so let's move on to the next slide, the example from the book. Here, Jean wants to arrange her action figures in equal size groups. What are all the ways Jean can arrange her action figures? So she has 16 action figures. So you want to find think of it as arrays too, like all the different ways with rows and columns that she can make with her action figures. So they're really asking us for factors. So here I first did the factor pairs of 16. 1 times 16, 16 times 1, 2 times 8, 8 times 2, and 4 times 4. So the factors are 1 and 16, 2 and 8, and 4 and 4. And so to list them, you then put them in least to greatest order. And I'm just going to use my rainbow check method. So every factor has a partner. So 1's partner is 16. Woo. 2's partner is 8. And then 4 is its own partner. And sometimes that gets people a little bit, right? Because it was 4 times 4. All right, let's see. So here we have 2 steps, right? The factor pairs, then list them. So the factor pairs for 34, I know are 1 and 34, right? 34 and 1, which is the opposite. And then I know my multiplication tables. I don't know anything that multiplies in my facts to give me 34, but I know 34 is an even number. So 2 times something has to give me 34, and it's 2 times 17. So then flip it, 17 times 2. So these are my factor pairs. And now I need to list them. So I'm going to go with 1, 2, 17, and 34. Okay? And if you notice again, they all have a partner. 1 and 34 a partner, and 2 and 17 are partners. So here 39, 1 and 39 is a factor pair. If I flip it around, 39 and 1 is a factor pair. And then I know my multiplication facts, and there aren't ones that give me from my tables 39, but I do know that 3 times 13 gives me 39, okay? So these are my factor pairs. I'm now going to list them. So it'd be 1, 3, 13, and 39. Let me do my rainbow. Awesome. Last one. 1 and 51. 51, and 1. And many of you might be saying, that's it, Ms. Ross, but this one's always a little tricky one. We get this all the time. It's actually 3 times 17 gives you 51. Okay? So to list them, it would be 1, 3, 17, 51. And let's just remember to use our rainbow as a check. 1 and 51, 3 and 17. Okay? So some of you, after you've done this for quite some time, feel comfortable enough that you can sort of skip that step of the factor pairs, which I think, because this is now a review, you probably can do. If you still need to make that step, please do. But I think some of you now are at the point where you could see a number and you're so strong with your facts that you could then just start listing the factors. But if you're doing it and then realize you're getting ones wrong, I would then suggest to go back to listing the factor pairs. Okay? So here, I write the factors of each number. Remember to list them from least to greatest. So the factors of 2 are just 1 and 2. The factors of 20 are 1. And I know some people like to set up they'll do this. Just make sure they list their factors pairs, but in the list, if that makes sense. So like 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and then 4 times 5. I always feel this comes out just a little wonky because you spaced it, but if it works for you, 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. Okay? 128 is going to be 1. We could do it like this, and 28. I also know it's an even number, so 2 times something. It has to be 2 times 14. Oh boy. And then I know 4 times 7. See, like this is what happens, and it looks a little, so my factors of 28 are 1 and 28, 2 and 14, 4 and 7. Okay? I think we're going to look at one problem solving. Irene wants to list the factors for 88. She writes 2, 4, 8, 11, 22, 44, 88. Is she correct? She looks pretty good, but she forgot one thing. If you were going to think of factor pairs, I know 2 times 44 gives me 88, 4 times 22, 8 times 11. But where's 88's partner? 88 is missing its partner. Irene forgot to put 1 as a factor. Okay? All right. Happy Tuesday. Happy listing factor pairs. This is a good one. It's one of my favorites. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. We're going to take this knowledge and apply it to the idea of prime and composite numbers. All right, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.